All right, decels. So I've definitely heard a lot of folks having issues with decelerating the helicopter from a high forward airspeed and stopping the helicopter at an OGE hover. So yeah, we'll talk through it. Here we go. All right. Basically, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start applying aft cyclic, and I'm going to reduce that collective. I'm looking to maintain a level VSI, because I don't want to balloon up, especially if I'm in a tactical situation, right? So I'm just going to adjust the collective as necessary to try and maintain that level VSI. A little bit more pitch up, reduce that collective there. All right, as the airspeed starts to come back in, I'm going to have to apply a little bit more collective, start bridging that power, maintaining that level VSI, feeding in the left pedal as I do this. That's a little bit too much collective. All right, there we go. Got the flight controls where I want them. A little bit more left pedal. Trim. Recenter my stick here. And there we go. We've slowed all the way back down to, 10 knots, and we did not fall out of the sky. You have to be very positive with the collective. You know, if you do this incorrectly, you will fall out of the sky rapidly. You know, because the thrust of the rotor system just is not supporting the weight of the helicopter at that point. So let me see. Let me accelerate the helicopter. A little bit of collective. You got to be very positive on the pedals as well, because you're going to be making a very rapid reduction in collectives. That means you need to take out a little bit of, or apply a little bit of right pedal, and then you're going to be bringing in a very aggressive, potentially aggressive increase in the collective, which is going to require a pedal reversal, and you're going to have to bring in that left pedal again. All right, aircraft is right about there, and we'll go ahead and trim, recenter my stick. There we go. All right, so typically what folks will do is probably something a little bit like this, and I'll probably crash the helicopter, and that's all right. So I'm going to simulate what I think is going on. They're going to take and apply this aft cyclic, and they're going to be like, all right, cool, we're slowing down, we're slowing down, we're slowing down, we're starting to bring in some power, but we're not being as positive on the pedals. Now the aircraft is settling. Oh, crap, now I got to bring in more power. Oh, crap, now I got to bring in a lot of pedal, so forth and so on. The big thing is they're not being proactive, they're being reactive on the flight controls. And a lot of that's going to come down to cross-check, too. As you're watching your symbology, there's really only a couple key pieces of symbology that you need to pay attention to when you're doing this. It's going to be your VSI, and it's going to be the velocity vector, to be honest with you. Which actually I'm drifting backwards just a little bit. There we go, hover symbology, a little bit of pedal. So flight control-wise, it's going to be a lot of pedal, collective, and obviously, aft cyclic. Let me go forward here again. Pedal, pedal, pedal. There we go. All right, need a little more forward cyclic. All right, and trim, center the controls, back into forward fly, or back on the controls. There we go. All right, gonna need to trim again. All right, and trim, center the controls. Keep accelerating the helicopter. Since we're operating terrain flat, I am trying to fly the helicopter in a more nose-to-tail trim, so that's the velocity vector straight up and down the 12 o'clock probe of the line of sight. I want it in contact with the lubber line on the heading tape. So I don't really care about the aerodynamic trim or the trim ball. All right, there we go. About 115 knots, that'll work. And we'll do another decel. So I'm going to reduce the collective, aft cyclic, more reduction in the collective, a little more aft cyclic. The more aft cyclic I pull, the more the aircraft is going to want to balloon, the more collective I'm going to have to reduce. And keep working the aircraft back, 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 back. Maintaining my heading. Bringing in the power. As I start feeding the power back in, I have to start bringing in the left pedal. There we go. Alright, right about there. Trim, center the controls, hover symbology, bring the acceleration cue to the center of the line of sight, increase the collective because I'm descending, and terminate to that OGE hover. There we go, decels.